My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Slay the Spire 2. We're going to be playing the silent on tough enemies. I don't want to lose. I desperately do not want to lose. I'm running up against the bigger challenges in the game at the moment, and I've ended 2 episodes recently without getting a win. I'm not comfortable with that. It's time for us to just lock in and win as the silence. Alright, how many card draw cards can I take before I have to take a damage card? Late 2 shop? I could even dodge the elite if I need to. Cut in this way probably. Upgrade before that first elite. 2 question marks? Yeah. And I'll definitely take Booming Conch, so we have 9 card draw at the start of the elite fights. So yeah, I'm definitely going to try and take all 3 of the elite fights on this floor if I have the ability. Especially with the 9 draw in the opening turn. Of course, something like a strong poison card, or maybe Predator or something like that would really help us out. Ooh, Outbreak. Every 3 times you apply poison, deal 11 damage to all enemies. I'm gonna try. Now I need something that does poison 3 times. Calculated Gamble is not that card. Unless I get Corrosive Wave. Next card I pick up definitely does need to be a damage card of some kind, to be fair. That Outbreak was a ridiculous choice. I shouldn't have made it. I just really want to use Outbreak. I just take Dagger Throw to have it. Yeah, you can have the money on that one. Without that. Good God. I need a very, 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 very generous elite attack pattern. Come on, and that's lethal. Hell yeah. Weak pot. Pounce, leading strike, pinpoints. I want it to be pinpoint. So that I can be defensive and aggressive on the same turn. Definitely ready to weaken pot this turn, but I also do need to keep up aggression, so I'm gonna count gamble past that hand. And basically, I'm looking for lethal this turn, or I'm sad. 1, 2... That set up lethal? 21? No, not with this hand. 1, 2, and 3, and... Okay, well deserved. Shouldn't have taken that Outbreak. I haven't said. Oh, look, no, I'm gonna lock in. First time I get offered a card, I'm like, let's take the worst one. Transform and defend for me, please. Speedster. Whenever you draw a card during your turn, deal 2 damage to all enemies. Look. I want to. But you're going to have to give me a lot of backflips. You give me enough backflips, game. I'll show you what I can do with that. Let's go for a path. This is a strange one. I've chosen a path here just based on how many normal fights I can get. And that's because I want to get as many normal fights while I'm very likely to get common cards, because backflip and acrobatics are in the common set, and they are the things that I am most going to want to use. It's Speedster. That was acrobatics. Acrobatics will half kill both of these enemies. And then the strikes will finish it off. Footwork would be really good. Keep me comfortable and safe while I'm doing this. Defect is also, deflect rather there. Also would have been really handy. Just courtesy of the fact that if I've got a lot of card draw, then zero cost cards go up in value. You don't want to have too many of them still, because otherwise your deck is unimpactful. Fine. Set up really well here now, and goodbye, Beetle. Escape plan. Just a single trigger of some damage to everyone. Yeah, I knew that was going to be a problem. I'm going to up everything here, and then I'm going to go big defensive turn. Not willing to take all of that damage on that turn. That said, I do need to split some damage out onto the field, otherwise I just take the damage forever. There's so much slime in this deck. Please stop sliming my deck. I really don't have any single target damage in this deck either. Just the strikes. Finally got Speedster out on the board though, so... Haha, killed him with strikes. Explosive ampule. Flick Flack. Nice little source of AoE. No, dash. I need to be better against single targets. I'm about to go up against elites. Woof. I was really hoping I would have Speedster already out. Yeah, if you... And you will. Oh boy. That's too many infections. We are now deeply in risk. Gosh. I mean, look, I'll wait for explosive ampule. If I get, like, card draw cards, we have a chance. If we don't... Mm-hmm. $16, and I've got 9 in hand. I'm dead. I need to build, like, a much more general value deck before then building, like, a good deck out of that general value deck. Rather than getting a card and then trying to make that card work. It's just not. It's just not being rewarded in any way. Which is fine. But still. Oh, I do love getting a card and then just making it work. Oh well, I'm gonna take this right-hand path with 2 elite to rest. We have the Booming Conch as well, so we have 8 damage that turn, and then I can't do anything about you this turn, because I got my aggressive turn last turn. Oh, man. I can't take Rick. I can't take Outbreak just randomly. I want to. Give me a single copy of Anticipator's defensive card. Transform and defend into Toric Toughness. That works really well with Anticipate. Toughness will certainly help me take a lot less damage, but I still need to end the fight somehow. Alright, I'll take the damage card, which is a Blade Dance, which is inconsistent damage. Does 3 shivs once, and then it's done. Does Silent just not have any damage? What's happening here? Am I just not seeing any of them? Or do I just see them, but every time I see them, I see, like, an option next to them, and I'm like, oh, I'll do that instead. Alright. Fine. I'll use Bouncing Flask as our main source of damage. I want to do that? I still don't want to do that. God, now if I had Outbreak, it would be 11 damage each time I played a Bouncing Flask. It would still be suboptimal. It would still be subpar, frankly. Really want a better defense than that. If I don't Bouncing Flask, I lose. All right, so I just shouldn't take elites, okay? I'm trying to internalize the correct lessons here. I guess I'm just not supposed to take elites as the silent. You would need to be able to take 16 this turn, which I just can't do. That and that gets 1 off. All right. Okay. Cool. That's all I needed to know. That the elites are actually just dead stops. Don't do it at all. I loathe for that to actually become like how I approach a standard run, is like how many of these elites can I ignore? What? Ugh. I'll transform a card because I still don't want Meow's Fury and I don't want large capsules, so you can have one of my defense. Master Planner. When you play a skill, it gains Sly. Okay. In the second cycle of the deck, which is significantly less important than the first, but still, we're a lot more powerful as long as I can get a couple copies of things like Prepared, so I can just cast free in that second cycle. Come on. Poison skill card. I guess I take Ricochet because I'm already incentivized to take things that discard. Do I go additional question mark or do I go additional shop? I'm going to go additional shop. I'm looking for a card that says the words discard on it. Great. Well, I guess I'll settle for the card that says leg sweep. Because none of them said discard. That said, leg sweep is a really good card to pick up, so it's not like I'm too mad about that. I literally had lethal dodge. Falls. Well, the next turn, I'm definitely taking that prepared. You can't stop me, in fact. In fact, I might even upgrade it as a priority. Putting the front line within 2 strikes of death. Nice! Had the best chance of preventing damage on the next turn, and it did so. Because they're always doing damage on that second turn as the bigger slime. Predator, Precise Cut, and Expertise. I like the idea of taking Predator. Expertise in the first cycle is pretty good as well. Especially when I get more discard. No, I need damage. Give me Predator. I need some damage, so yeah. Okay, I'm going to go for an additional upgrade. Predator, and then I'm going to go for an upgrade on the... Oh. Hold up. I thought they weren't attacking this turn. One of them is attacking this turn, so I'll go for a defense. Sadly, they are getting stronger all the time. Perfect. Triple strike and enough to kill, and now I can just focus on the final Nibbit. And after this fight, oh, you... Yeah, I'm using liquid memories. I'm not letting you deal straight raw 12 damage to me this turn. Assassinate. Innate, deal 10 damage, apply 1 vulnerable. Not really that relevant to us, but it is some nice damage on turn 1. I could take a second leg sweep as another really good block card in the second cycle, especially with Master Planner. And I'm going to upgrade Master Planner, and then I'm going to go to an Elite. Oh my god, I even get to play Master Planner on turn 1 and then a Predator. I played leg sweep there, so it's ready to trigger on discard from Sly. Such as here. I mean, I'm full defending your turns, like this one I'm not doing that so much. But I'm full defending the rest of your turns. It's about as good as it seems like it can get. Drop no, drop leg sweep and a defend. And then strike survivor through ricochet. Oh no, I don't have enough for the Predator after that as well. I thought I had. All good. Enough strikes to finish him off on the next turn. And do I take poison's damage as a desperate damage card? Do I really poison stab? Block clasp at the end of your turn. Gain 1 block for each card in hand. I'm going to rest here because I've got an elite in the next space, and then I have to take an elite afterwards as well. Yeah, the left-hand path, I was going to have to go for at least 2 elites as well. God. Master Planner, Predator for additional card draw next turn. I can survive a leg sweep for a huge amount of impact for very little energy. Oh my god, no. No additional damage that turn. That's too many infections, I think. Gonna look for an attack pot here to help us just do basically anything. All right. Hey. 1 Wriggler down. Second Wriggler down. Between Orichalcum and Cloak Clasp, we're actually defending relatively decently on a bad turn as well. A lot of infections in the new draw pile. It is not unlikely I draw a turn that's only infections and just fall apart. 1 more strike will take down 1 enemy, and then I just have to look for decent damage for the final. Hell yeah, look at this. Thank you, Cloak Clasp and Orichalcum. Oh my god, that fight actually went really well. Book of 5 rings. Every 5 cards you add to your deck, heal 15 HP. Reflex. Enemy's gonna be weak for a while here. Yeah, Master Plan to defend and strike. Just get it out on the board. Survive it through reflex. Let's do your turn. Would love another upgraded card. Untouchable, Sly, gain 9 block. I mean, it's already Sly. I almost wonder if I need to take Deadly Poison instead to have a ramping source of damage to give to a single target. I'll lose 8 max HP for the relic here. Nice. Hopper does 9 damage to all enemies on first turn. Definitely going to use Survivor through Reflex here. Yeah. I think Master Planner and then Deadly Poison, we're going to need the Sly of it all. Oh. It's a really, really weak turn there, unfortunately. Thank you. This is what I was looking for. See, now that's a good turn. Strength pot. Over attack pot and pendulum. Whenever you shuffle your draw pile, draw an additional card. Another prepared, and I get to upgrade it. Oh, yeah, I get to upgrade it. Yeah, that's got to be better. We can. I do need to keep the enemy weakened long enough that I'm guaranteed that you'll be weakened when you do your large attack. Perfect. Enemy is weakened during large attack turn. I even fully defend it, and we've got Master Plan around on the field, and we've played a decent amount of Sly cards already. Ooh! It's time for us to benefit. Realistically, I do need to do the damage where I get it. Otherwise, I'll just be in the cycle long enough that the enemy will find an opening. I'm going to use Clarity Extract for an additional draw this turn as well. Deadly Poison first, then Reflex, so I might draw back into the Deadly Poison in the new draw cycle. Okay. Then Leg Sweep, Defend. Yep, there's the Deadly Poison. Yeah, worst case for us now is the enemy just puts so many... didn't need to overblock that. That was really bad. I could have done 6 more damage. Is the enemy just fills my deck with so many different wounds that I just dead draw too often. Hopefully 6 damage doesn't turn out to be the difference between the win and the loss on this. I suspect it won't be. And yeah, also I do feel more and more like the additional poison damage was essential here. That said, we're not really a poison deck. It's just a poison card to help me get through those fights. After Image, whenever you play a card, gain 1 block. I'm not against it, however... It'll turn off the Orichalcum if nothing else. Shadow Meld, double your block gain this turn. Upgrade that to become 0 cost. Yeah. I really want additional aggression, but it's not like the hunt is even additional aggression, so... Remove 5 cards from the deck. After each combat, return 1 card randomly. Upgraded. Yeah, I want that. I want... like... I can't just take all of the cards out of my deck that make my deck continue working. I can only take half of the cards out of this deck that are really helpful. There we go. Oh, God. Very happy to have gotten the Festive Popper at the top of this fight. Mm-hmm. Take 3 damage this turn, but our Sly things are now triggering. Next cycle's gonna be even better. One, 2, bends. Don't take any damage this turn. Alright. I thought this fight was going to be a bit more of a hassle, but it actually turned out pretty well for us. Ricochet gets added back to the deck. Snakebite. Retain. Apply 10 poison. It's been upgraded, and I do need damage in this deck. That sounds good enough to me. Strength Pot. Orichalcum for 2 random relics. I like how Orichalcum saves us from the worst possible outcome of a turn, but also a turn that doesn't block for us is really hard to come by these days. Give me 2 relics. At the start of each combat, heal 2 HP, and whenever you enter a question mark room, heal 2 HP. Heal 4 HP, rather. Cool. Ooh, that Snakebite's gonna be good. I'm not saying the card's incredible, but it'll definitely help a lot. It's also now got Sly and Retain. Seems pretty good for us. Predator is a decent card. Do I want it, though? Given how this deck is tending. Oh, Pinpoint. Significantly better damage card for us here. So's Blur, actually, is a really good defense. I'll take Blur. And I'll take Predator, because I didn't take the Pinpoint damage, though. pretty bad. I'm gonna get ready to be able to kill the Power Fright in the front line next turn, but 12 damage that turn is not what I was hoping for. Master Plan is Strike Defend. Just set myself up, basically. Can you not just avoid the target that I'm clearly focused on? Please? 1, 2, 3. Done. Got him. Yeah, but now I have to fight you again this turn! Oh, and I don't even have Sly in hand. That's bad. Survivor, Reflex for the draw. Perfect. Prepared. Uh-huh. I just need a turn where I can afford to play Snakebite. Stop it. Stop it. You are making me take so much damage I can't snake the bite. Mm-hmm. Then I'll kill you. 25 this turn. Great. That'll help. Now I can afford the Snakebite. We've got Snakebite in the second cycle, and all I need to do is, 10 damage to Obscura and we win. That's 10 damage to Obscura. Shadow Meld is back in the deck and upgraded, and that's another prepared! Oh my god! Speedster. What if you draw a card during your turn, deal 2 damage to all enemies? I do draw some cards. There's also another prepared here. Yep, Speedster, remove a strike, and I'll take a prepared. I also really did want Anchor, but this is definitely good enough, I think. Do I take a Cure-All? Guess it really depends how aggressive I want the rest of my path to be. I do want to take 2 elites. I want prepared upgraded first. It's probably not too relevant to use Strength Pod in this fight. I was about to discard that Ricochet. I don't want to put 5 days into my draw pod, please. I'm going to use Cure-All this time. Yeah, the sooner I Snakebite, the better. It's fine, I can retain it though. And it's so much better if I can get it swift. There you go. Man, I wish I had Orichalcum still. It would have been good. There we go. All of those were just given Sly. Snakebite has Sly as well, but I gotta go for the defensive play that turn. Thankfully, Snakebite is retained. Yeah. I mean, when it retains, it's really, really quite good for us. Yeah, you can put 2 days in my draw pile if you also give me 2 additional draw next turn. Speedster, Shadow Meld will slide through a couple cards. There you go. Your turn, buddy. Leg sweeps back in the deck. Explosive Ampule. Still didn't even use either of the pots there. Anticipate, Flick Flack, Skewer. It's Anticipate or nothing, and I think it's nothing. I can't. Oh, I wanted the question mark. I wanted the left-hand side there, unfortunately, and I missed it. Oops. Ooh. Love the Ricochet Reflex opener. 9 and 7. I can take one of you out this turn. And then Blur to hold on all of the additional block next turn. Thank you, Shadow Melds, for giving us so much block. Yeah, right. Speedster, Shadow Meld prepared. Casts Reflex and drop one of the cards I can't get. Prepared. Prepared. Strength Pot. Deadly Poison Plus or Blur? I think second Blur and then we're done. At least with Blurs, I mean. Speedster, getting a 3rd damage in AoE seems important. I'm going to have a look at this elite. Depending on how it goes, we'll see whether or not we go for another. Well, I mean, Speedster in the opening hand certainly seems like it will help. I'm going to use Cure All this turn. Oh my god, Shadow Meld. Incredible pickup there. Then Leg Sweep. Highest incoming damage. I'm going to take the risk and reflex. Yeah, we did draw a prepared. And then another prepared. Ultimately, I think we save a lot of damage by doing that. Great. Hand grab at the start of boss combat. Heal for 25 HP. Hidden daggers. Discard 2 cards, add 2 shivs to hand. No. Discard needs to come with draw. Those shivs don't help. I feel pretty confident after that elite that I can take on another. I really don't want to play that Ricochet. Which is fine, because we're probably just going to go Leg Sweep. Blur. All prepared, because I can't just draw a Ricochet or anything there. Yeah, so we're fine. Uh-huh. The master planning has occurred. Yeah, I can discard that. Yeah, I can discard that. More poison for you. Reflex draws 3 cards, does 9 damage to the enemy. 25. Great, we've got you. Lock pots. Probably much better than the strength pot for us. Oh, all of those have a place in this deck. Escape plan, draw one card. If you draw a skill, gain 5 block. There's also well-laid plans, so I can retain the right card for the right turn. And Piercing Whale, just great safety. Give me well-laid plans. Okay. I'm gonna block pot this turn. Right? No. It is block pot, but I don't then additionally defend. The deck already tends quite defensive. So it's, if I'm using block pot, I then follow up with poison, so that I actually have a trajectory to win this fight. Affection. Retain a single card. Enemy does no damage. They take a single turn here to buff. And... ooh. Shadow Meld, Speedster, prepared through Reflex and Survivor. Then discards. Probably don't want to get rid of the poison. I'll poison and blur. Then next turn, I have Leg Sweep and Snakebite still in hand. Or even better, Predator, and then Blur to keep it for another turn. Shadow Meld prepared for even more Blur. Yeah, that's what I mean when I say we're done with Blur now. At this point, no additional Blur will really help us. Yep, pre-upgraded footwork can totally make it into this deck. I think well-laid plans retaining a second card. That's what we need here. Oh. Master Planner, Leg Sweep. You do what you have to do. I would love additional energy at the top of the next floor, please. I can't use Predator. I don't love this, but I'll be taking 22 damage this turn. Had to turn around there. There goes Snakebite as well. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Rocket's gonna be hitting us in 2 turns' time, so if I can defend backwards, then I need to weaken Rocket and face them. So I am now doing that. Let's go with Predator rather than blurring here. Even if there is an aggressive turn coming in afterwards, it's only 15. Let's turn around poison and then keep you weak. I'll retain a reflex because I know I've got 3 copies of Prepared Plus in the draw pile. Can I have one of them? Can I have one of the copies of the thank you. It's just I know the deck is goddamn lousy with them. So it really does feel like it's personal when you don't give them to me. Yeah, it went pretty well. And I'm blurred as well. Just gotta make sure I keep that up. Oh, there it is. I'll be keeping this 183 block for the next 2 turns. Which is great news, because I'm not naturally going to be blocking. Snakebite and Ricochet. Naturally cast Shadow Meld. What are the odds that I manage to do 90 damage to the enemy's shields this turn? Pretty low? Fair enough, but what are the odds I can set up a bunch of buffs for the next turn? Significantly higher, I think. Oh my god, I'm not blurred. I'm so vulnerable. That'll get him. Goodbye, Crusher Claw. Corrosive Wave. Whenever you draw a card this turn, apply 3 poison to all enemies. Not a beat. Glam. Yes. Enchant all card rewards with Glam. If you give me like an upgraded prepared with Glam, if you give me pretty much any card draw with Glam, I'll do it. Realistically, I should play a defensive version of this turn rather than just dropping Speedster on the board. Never mind. Oh my god. That wasn't supposed to work, but it actually did. I don't deserve for that to have worked as well as it did. I'm so glad that it did, though, because, oh boy, otherwise I was going to be paying. Double Flick Flag. That's AoE. Cool. Oh. I'll wrap up. Alright, we're under the clock here. I gotta finish this floor. Shadowmeld doesn't need to be played this turn, but also I don't benefit from not playing it. There's an argument that... Actually, I'll even make that argument. Footwork, blur, so that I can make some benefit this turn. I know the enemy isn't attacking for enough that I have to block this turn, so now I can follow up with Snakebite. Which I will do, even though Predator felt like a better play there. Yep. Uh-huh. All right. Look, we managed to get well defended by the end there. Woo! Enemy's already weakened, so... I'm still gonna do it. I'll take 5 damage. Oh, I'll take 2 damage this turn. Corrosive Wave, prepared through Ricochet. I really need to cut these strikes. As soon as they're out of the deck, we can just see how much more the deck could accomplish without them. Are you kidding me? We managed to draw out all of our strikes and none of our defensive cards. The blur that we have is the blur that I had last turn, that I held over specifically. I did not foresee that happening. How are none of my cards sly? Tactician up! Oh my god, with Glam. Sly, gain 2 energy, replay 1. Yeah, my priority is cutting cards from this deck. I will take 1 elite, and I will cut a whole load of cards. It is remove and adrenaline. I might not be able to cut any more cards from the deck, but that worked out really well, so. You know what? Speedster. Whenever you draw a card during your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies, and then also draw 2 cards the first time you're played. Speedster. Prepared. Reflex. Adrenaline. Yeah, this is how I was hoping. Prepared, reflex, flick flack, and ricochet out at the same time. Damn, corrosive wave. This is not the right turn for you. Or rather, it's a bit late for it to be the right turn for you. Double blur. Laid plans, snake bite to the back line, just hold defense. Backliner dies his turn, frontliner does. Oh my god. That only targeted the backliner there? Ridiculous. Anyway, thankfully the frontliner is not doing damage this turn, so I don't have to worry about that. Get him. There's some argument for deadly poison. I'm not gonna make it. Sure, I'm gonna go to a I am actually dodging elites at this point as well, by the way. I'm gonna go to the shop and then just duck out the other side of it. Bag of prep. Whoa. I want the corrosion upgrade, but I think more important than that for our purposes is going to be deadly poison up. I was really hoping I was defending a lot better than that. I guess, yeah, I wasn't accounting for the frailty. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Shadow Mel definitely shouldn't have been played that turn. I didn't realize I wasn't going to be doing anything with it. Snakebite before we cycle. So that if I get back to it, I can play it again. Gotta blur some block between these turns. Yep. Yeah, especially this one. Speedster! Prepared! Neutralize Snakebite, and then prepared for Reflex Tactician. Corrosive Wave, keep them coming. Goodbye, Frog Knight. I got a Power Potion, which I'll be keeping for the boss fight, and nope. They all have glam, but they need to be better than that. I'll still go to the shop. I don't think I have enough for a card removal, and I don't. But I do have enough to buy another prepared. And then I'm also going to drop the weak pot to get another power potion for the final fight. Custom card in the deck. Skill attack. Definitely skill, because we can make those sly. A skill that draws 3 cards. Pretty good. Yep, Corrosive Wave on turn 1 turns out to be pretty good. Double Snakebite. Yeah, the retention does really help up that value. Okay, we're definitely going to be going both Power Potions turn 1 as well. Yeah, well-laid plans, Power Pot. Ooh, Serpent Form. Whenever you play a card, deal 4 damage to a random enemy. And... ooh, Serpent Form. There's also Abrasive. Gain 1 dex, gain 4 thorns. All I have to do is discard you. Nah, give me the other Serpent Form. Master Planner. I'll keep the 2 prepareds. Those are the ones that want to stay. I can still force the bound cards to play. So we'll blur, then discard Tactician. No? Alright. Wait, and does Tactician count as... okay, it doesn't count as having been played. Good. Okay, so it doesn't work like that. I feel like I learn that every time. Oh, Corrosive Wave, Mad Science. This one can be Shadow Meld. Okie dokie. Yeah. Corrosive Wave through Prepared. Drop Tactician, and then one of the cards I can't cast in hands. Great. Then Poison, Poison, Poison. Discard our ridiculous card roll. Keep coming. Oh my god, you're kidding. Well, I was about to say, you're kidding me. We're 1 away from lethal, but we had the Serpent Form, and it all would have been fine regardless, but also, damn, we did it. Woo! Oh, I'm so glad I got to have a run with this many copies of Prepared, considering what's happening on the beta branch at the moment. I'll note, I've been asked a couple times to review the patch notes on the beta branch. I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to be reviewing them when they come from the beta branch to the stable branch. I just mentioned this because otherwise you're aiming at a moving target. Like, it's that branch is intended to make a change, get feedback about the change, and then see whether or not it goes to the main branch. Silent is now all the way up on Ascension 9. so we can start working on getting them towards double bosses next time. Until then, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire 2. Top left is a series playlist for all of my content on the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays out above the thank tier. And special thanks this episode to Dyla. Hopefully you'll all be enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.